Good morning team, welcome back to the Just Do It channel, which is all about run, bike, run and some strength and conditioning thrown in to fight the onset of age and try and keep some speed and pace as we go skywards into the 60s. If you're a return viewer, thanks very much. If you're just dialing in, welcome to the journey. And it is a journey, isn't it? It's a roller coaster ride. Today's video is all about updating you guys about that journey and hitting the pause button. Yeah, traditionally this time of year we're reaching into duathlon race season, aren't we? And I had plans to race the national sprint draft legal duathlon at Alton Park. It's kind of local. It's the one I did last year up at East Fortune in Scotland and managed to bag third place in the national champs for my age group, which I was pleased with, but I think I could have got at least one place higher. So you always think you can do a bit better, don't you? But anyway, onto the pause button. What does that mean? Well, I'm struggling, I think, with trying to fit everything in, life, work, striving for training stuff, and I just feel like the body's unraveling. I've got some health stuff going on with autoimmune stuff, I won't go into detail. And I just feel like if I try and burn the candle at both ends, the body's gonna just give up. And I don't want that. Health and well-being has got to be priority. So I think I've just got to scale down the plans and the racing intensity. I actually did okay. I thought I was on an onwards trend at the Alsager 5-mile road race that I completed quicker than last year. And last year I went on to be close to breaking 18 minutes for 5k, for example. I don't think I'm anywhere near that, even though I did go, you know, clock a decent time at Alsager for my age, which was on the 1st of February. Things have just gradually, rather than use that as a platform to improve and sharpen up, I think everything's just gone downhill. Therefore I need a bit of a pause, tick over for a while till the sensations start feeling a bit better, and then see what else happens. So no real plans, but I would like to do some stuff later on when I feel better. That's basically what I'm saying. It's Sunday then. Normally I like to do a key session on a Sunday, and the plans I had originally were to do something a bit more intense, but as I said, probably not wise running myself into the ground. But I still need to get something done. It's mentally rewarding and it keeps me ticking over, so maybe I can pick things up a bit later on in the year. So today I will do a traditional kind of key session that I do, bike run, but I'll just keep the intensity down. Nothing fantastic, and for returning viewers, nothing you haven't seen before. So it gets a bit boring on the content front, doesn't it? But it's part of the journey, isn't it? So I'll do maybe a bit sharper on the bike today, short ramp ups, pyramids, etc. No more than 5-minute blocks, and then the aim is to do some 2k runs in between those bike run repeats. The 2k runs, I'm just going to see how I feel. I'd like to do it faster than a plod, so I'm just going to go by feel, kind of tempo effort. Technically what you see nowadays, we're running maybe up to lactic threshold 1, the lower end. And in my head, that pace wise, depending on how I feel, should be around 4:30 per k maybe. We'll see how I feel. If I feel like it's flowing, I'll just go with the flow, see what the pace ends up being. Right, so I'm going to do this workout, high cadence builds, which I actually did the other day, and it's even lower in terms of effort than I was intending, to be honest, which is probably a good thing. So it doesn't top out anything more than 190 watts for me, which is fine. So it's just a bit of up and downy, not too much, bit of tempo, pretty much what the runs will be. Whew, okay, first block done on that workout. The blocks are actually 8 minutes, so but lower intensity than I'd intended for if we were doing 5 minutes, for example. So now we're going on the run, see how the legs feel. I think the bike, that was just the right intensity for my current kind of state that I explained. Definitely wouldn't want to go any harder, but adding structure to it rather than just doing aimless really low level riding, just I don't think would be any good for me. Right, let's get on the road, see how the legs are running. So, just going by feel, not looked at the watch, no idea how fast I'm going, but I have noticed I've got gym legs again, darn it. So effort wise, I think that's about right. Let's see what I've done. Pace, 4:22. Oh, that's a bit quicker than I thought it would be. What shoes was I wearing for this little 2K? It was the aged New Balance SC Elite version 3. I've liked these shoes for training. Didn't get on for racing, but good for training. But I'm pretty sure they've busted about 450k and they're feeling a bit dead. Let's try something else for the next 2k. Right, so we're off the second block at 8 minutes. So the run was, I don't know, 8:46, 8:45, something like that, wasn't it? So equal kind of blocks on the bike and the run there, which makes for a good workout as long as I keep the intensity like that. So on to shoes then. I do like testing out different shoes. So I'm going to try out the Kip Run 900 LD. Now I've got these a while back and you know they're okay, but I never really got on with them. I thought they might be a duathlon shoe. I thought no, it's not going to work. It's not going to be a race shoe. It could be a workout shoe. But I've always gone for other shoes rather than that one. So I'm going to give that one a test. They do size up a bit and I feel like I should have gone half a size down. It's not a mammoth problem, but for a snugger fit that I like, I probably should have gone for a 7.5 rather than a UK 8. But let's try that one out. Same effort, same course. Let's see what it comes out at. Real scientific run testing, eh? Right, while I finish off this bike set of 8 minutes, I've kind of figured the intensity will let me talk without gasping. So let's talk about paces. I'll say your 5 mile, 8k, call it, 8:46 pace. Session I did last week, 6 times a k. Man, I blew up basically when I was hitting about 3:44, 3:43 pace. Had to dial it back, finish off around 3:55 pace. So that's not good, is it? I'm struggling to run 1k reps, even close to the level that I strung to get at 8k at a pace. So that's kind of part of my reasoning that I'm just struggling dealing with everything that's going on. So let's scale something back and hopefully I'll gradually start feeling a bit more like my old self. Not focused on anything, no pressures, no targets. If I race, I race. If I don't, no drama. But hopefully I'll get some indication of how I feel, not paces on what I'm doing. Says me talking all about paces. Let's see what we got for paces when I put those kit runs on in a minute. Cut up, back up, thank you. Nice. Everybody swarmed to local oatcake shop. Smell is, yeah, pretty nice. Coming to the end of the second 2k now. Verdict on the shoes. Yeah, half a size down would have been great. I feel a bit like clown shoes flopping around, but a lot firmer. A bit like the Nike Vaporfly 2s really. They're not bad, good for training. No idea what pace I'm doing. Let's have a quick look, see what we're clipping on at now. Around 4:10. Oh well, happy days. Yeah, that was quite a bit quicker. Effort felt probably easier, but that's the way I am. I kind of get into the session, first rep's always a bit rusty. So 8:27, 2k. Pace was 4:13 as opposed to 4:22 for the first one. So yeah, 10-11 seconds quicker. That's quite significant really. But like I say, just easing into the session. So let's see what the next one is. I think I might wear a different pair of shoes. Right, final set on the bike of 8 minutes. And although it's not a mammoth session, it does go on. I mean, I'm going to hit 50 minutes on the bike. And I'm only going to do probably 3 or 4 2k, so 8k max. But yeah, I do need a bit of fuel. So what trainers is it going to be for the next 2k rep? It's like I'm dragging out all the vintage trainers, isn't it? The ones I've tried and thought, oh yeah, they're okay, but I can't race in those. So where is it? Here it is. The next trainer will be the Adidas Pro 4. Pro 4, what am I talking about? It's a Pro 2. It's old, retro, but I actually haven't worn it that much. I wanted to try the Adidas Pro at the time the 3 was out, but and that was a mega deal, so I just bought the 2. Yeah, I like the pop on it and the cushioning and everything, but when I put my foot in it and I ran, it felt like I was sitting on top of the sole and my foot was just gonna sort of slip over the edge, especially on the slightest turn. It felt like, oh my word, I'm just going to fall over, almost like you're wearing nothing, like flip-flops. It might just be due to the shape of my feet. But I did actually run my parkrun PB in these shoes a couple of years ago at 18:10. So maybe there's something in them and I should wear them a bit more. We'll see. Let's see how they get on this 2k. So the Adidas Pro 2s being slipped on. It helps being the right size, I think. No clown shoe effect, but let's see how they feel when I run in them. But I fear I may have been chasing the pace, so I ease back. Right, so the Adidas Pro 2s, probably the best midsole out of what I tried today, but I just feel like my foot's sliding across them at the slightest deviation from straight line. Okay, pace 4:05 per k, 8 minutes 10. So yeah, quite a bit quicker. I think I'm guilty of chasing the pace a bit for the first k of that run. I did ease right back. If these shoes felt more locked in around my foot, I didn't feel so unstable, I think that'd be awesome. But it's the same thing every time I put them on. I just need a drag strip runway, don't I? Flat, just run in one direction. And that's what I felt when I ran in the park running these, because the park run, my local park run, the Whammy, is straight up and then you do a U-turn, a very tight U-turn. And once I made that U-turn, I felt like the shoes would kind of come unhinged. But I don't know, 18:10, can't complain. I need to try and do a park run in my Asics Sky Tokyos. But the jury's out on those. They're great, light. I wouldn't say they were poppy though, because they're so squishy. But I think, as with my review when I did the first session in those, you don't realise how fast you're going because they're so squishy. You don't get that sensation of bouncing along and the closeness to your feet. Maybe need a compromise somewhere, but hey, next thing you know, I'll be going back to the Alpha Fly 3s that I loved last year for some reason. Don't like them this year. Right, I'm going to spin and cool down now. I think I'm not going to do any more, play it safe because of all the reasons I said earlier. So thanks for watching if you're still watching, and we'll catch up, see what we're doing as we progress in the next few weeks. See you next video. Remember, keep running, keep biking, and then run again.